You're listening to the Small Business Talk podcast with Cathy Smith, episode 34.
Small Business Talk is a podcast for business owners and entrepreneurs who want a better way to run their businesses without spending years doing it the hard way. Small Business Talk is hosted by Cathy Smith, who has run the same marketing agency for more than 17 years and helped hundreds of business owners achieve their marketing goals.
Hey, I'm so glad you could join us. Today, we're going to be talking about branding. And yes, branding is really important for small businesses, no matter what size you are. What does your brand say about your business? Basically, everything. The big brands spend thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, getting the feel of their brand right. Nike is athletic. Now, is that because they sell sports shoes? Or because they sponsor sporting events? Maybe it's because they spend a lot of money on lovely ads where you see a girl running, having some time to herself, being healthy and athletic. Coca-Cola is fun. Is drinking soft drink fun? All Coke's ads represent fun, spending time with friends and family, enjoying time at the beach or the outdoors. Big brands know that brand feel is important. Brand awareness. Logos are hugely important when we are thinking about brand awareness. In a fleeting second, a logo needs to convey the message of the brand. We want the brands to look like what they do, whether this is a conscious or unconscious thought. Coke's logo is red, a fun yet solid colour. Nike's tick, yes I can, clear and clean. Different types of businesses need different types of logos. A cafe that represents sustainability, good nourishment and wholesome food can have a font or a text in the logo that is a bit whimsical, whereas a patio builder that represents quality, best practices in building and great value for money needs a solid, strong logo with bright, contrasting colours. Can my logo be colourful? Well, as discussed, your logo needs to represent your business. Colours, lots of colours. They're often logos that are associated with children. Playgroups, daycares, schools, face painting. Colourful logos can also be associated with art, design, that sort of thing. Graphic designers, artists often have colourful logos. Can your business have a colourful logo? Well, that depends on your business and what you represent and sell. If you're a lawyer, an accountant, or an IT professional, then I would not recommend having a bright coloured logo. Two contrasting colours, solid colours, would be more suited to the type of industry you're in. Consistency in your branding. Once you have your logo, you need to think about how it will work as a whole brand. Make sure your brand is always represented correctly, the correct colours. If white is part of your colour scheme, make sure you have a style guide made with instructions on how and when to use it. For example, the right amount of space around your logo to make sure that nothing else is squeezed up against it and you lose that white or contrast to your logo. It's worth spending the money to get a graphic designer to do a style guide for you, which will include the exact colours for printing, digital and signage, so that your logo looks the same no matter what medium it's on. Logo colours. With colour, you need to think about where it's going to be displayed, printed or used. The colour for digital applications is generally a hex colour, which is one of the colour spectrums. A printing application is an RGB or a CMYK colour spectrum, depending on where it's going to be printed, whether it's offset printing, digital printing, screen printing, flexo printing. Hex colours have a lot more colours in their colour spectrum, and CMYK have the least. So some colours don't convert very well from screen to commercial printing. Lime greens and purple are particularly bad. There's also another printing colour spectrum called Pantone colours, PMS. PMS colours are single ink colours that are used when the hex colours don't translate very well to CMYK. Cadbury chocolates have a specific PMS purple. That way they maintain their brand integrity. If you look inside the flap of a biscuit or a cereal or chip packaging, you'll often see that there's a barcode with the 4 CMYK colours and then a couple of PMS colours as well. So that would be your solid purple, sometimes an aqua blue, a lime green, that kind of thing. That way they always get those colours exactly the way they want them. If you're having trouble with your logo colours, then you might need to think about adding a PMS into your colour style guide to make sure that your logo is always printed correctly. Social media profiles. Consistency in your branding also extends to your social media presence. Are all your pages on all platforms the same? Is your brand recognisable at a glance? This is really important, especially when you're thinking about your profile picture, the photo of you. Make sure that the picture represents who you are today and that it's updated. Do you need to renew it? If you have recently lost weight, gained weight, had a haircut, let your hair grow out, changed its colour, shaved it off, etc., you really need to update your photo. Use the same or similar photos for all your profile pictures so that you are building that brand recognition. Should you use a personal photo in your profile pictures on social media? Yes, absolutely. There are very few cases where you shouldn't. People like to do business with people. Unless you are a very big brand, it is your people that will bring your customers in and keep them coming back. We don't buy from robots or faceless logos. Instead, we buy from a fellow person. Dakota Shane Nutley said in The Ultimate Guide of Social Media by Mitch Jackson. I'll put that link in the show notes. That is why selling goodwill in businesses has become a thing of the past, because the clients will generally follow the owner or the staff after the sale. The right branding. Getting your branding right for your business is very important and can often be the differentiator between you being a hobby business and a serious business. Branding will often evolve over the years that you are in business. Minor tweaks may be necessary, but be careful that your branding is not too trendy or it won't stand the test of time. You also need to think hard before you completely change your branding, as this may cause a disconnect with your current customers and set your business back. My only caveat on that is that if you are completely changing the services or the audience that you now want to attract, then a completely new brand may be the way to go. It also may need for you to have a different business name. So just think about that before changing your branding. Okay, there's a quick introduction to branding and a few things to think about. Branding is really important for small businesses, no matter what size you are. See you next week. Don't forget to subscribe to Small Business Talk podcast and head on over to smallbusinesstalk.com.au/downloads for all the show notes and links to this episode. Remember, to be great, you must start. Pick one tip from today's episode, take action and implement it. Let's meet again next week at the same time and place. Until then, take action. And SBT community, enjoy your journey.